we were talking about personally, we didn't put in the group, but woman did a thing of the Boyz N The Hood homes.
The other day I was watching Boyz N The Hood, and I was curious how much the homes were back then in those neighborhoods, because Trey's mom was a single mother and she had this house, and his dad was a single father and he had his own house, and Doughboy's mom was a single mother and she had her own house. And it's just difficult now to do that kind of thing. So I was curious what the home prices were back then and what they are now. Boyz N The Hood was filmed in this neighborhood in South LA, and this house is in the same neighborhood as Trey and Doughboy's house, and it is $640,000. And in 1990, it was $100,000, which is 1 year before the movie came out. Here's another one in that neighborhood. It's $625,000. This is Doughboy's house, and it is $591,000 now. This is Trey's house, and it is now $619,400. And this is gentrification, right? And what I find so interesting is that Trey's dad, Furious, actually talked about their neighborhood being gentrified, possibly, and he was warning against gentrification of that neighborhood. And lo and behold, it happened to that neighborhood. Watch the clip.
And broke them out of how much they were worth in 1990, right, and how much they're worth now. And it's astonishing how much the difference is of these prices.
Correct.
And then I thought of it. I was like, the LA market is ridiculously increased exponentially.
Yeah.
Because the same home, the hood home in St. Louis is probably around the same amount, maybe like 20, 30,000 less. It is still the same price right now.
Yeah, especially on the north side.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, I think I low key can get my grandparents' house for probably like under 20 grand. And like, it's but it is a goal of mine. Like, before I leave this earth, I'm buying that house back. But it ain't gonna be this year. But I don't care if it is under 20 grand, I still ain't got it. But I leave this earth, I am gonna buy it back. The thing with those houses, so one, all right, so because it's like, how do they afford these houses? One, we all know that houses were cheaper back then. Two, if y'all think that Doughboy mama owned that damn house, I got some beachfront property in downtown St. Louis that I want to sell you.
Okay. Hey, Stacey, I thought on the low, what if Furious was the landlord on the low?
Listen, I am positive that his mother more than likely had a low income house that she was renting. She may even had Section 8. Yeah, at the most, it was grandma's house.
Ooh.
And she died.
Exactly right. Now, at most, now, let's say that I will say this. The idea that Black people have never owned homes is not true. That we have owned homes, right? A lot of times our grandparents were able to purchase homes, and they were passed down to whatever sibling never left the house. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoever just ended up staying there. So possible that was grandma's house and it was passed down to her. But more than likely, that was her Section 8 house, or it was a house that she just was renting low income. Now, Trey's dad more than likely may have owned his house. It's possible.
And his girlfriend, Nia Long.
Nia Long's parents may have also owned their home. And then Trey's mom.
She definitely owned a condo.
Yeah, so
she was in a penthouse, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was up there drinking champagne on the phone with her son.
Because she went to law school. Did she become a lawyer?
She was something. I think
was she like a lawyer?
That's what I was trying to do. I was actually trying to look her up. Reva Devereaux, which is a hell of a name. I knew it was a drag queen named Reva Devereaux back in the day, but that was what her name is on here.
Oh dang! I just googled the Reva Devereaux. She died. The drag queen you talking about died.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, wow, that's popped up as I was Googling trying to catch up with you.
Yeah, but yeah, Reva Devereaux, or like I think if you just, or she may come up as Reva Styles. But it's funny though that I love when they give people a whole backstory.
Yeah, and they didn't even mention the last name in the movie.
Right. Oh, the women. Oh, this is on Rock the Bells. You know what? Understand this. Rock the Bells, the website, has some pretty good articles. When I had to take that film class, that hip hop cinema class, a lot of stuff that I was citing came from the Rock the Bells website.
And that's because that's LL Cool J's too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see. What does it say anything about her? Blah blah blah. Nothing really, but essentially, we do know that.
I think she's. My mind thinks she was in pharmaceutical sales.
She might have been,
and not the street one, y'all. I'm talking about like real work of a Pfizer.
Yeah, no.
No, because I know some people would be like, "Oh, not them pharmaceutical sales."
Like, no, I could totally see that.
The people came up like that. Black people came up with those sales jobs like that back then.
Yeah.
Like that, absolutely. Like I think she totally could have done it. So like I said, she owned her house, but like I said, those houses weren't worth anything back then, and now they're probably worth close to $1 million. If not,
they worth about $1 million now.
But that's just the California housing market. Simple as that. Is that somebody's grandma paid a couple of shekels to buy a damn house, and now it's worth $1.5 million just because it's in California.
That's how.
Hold on. So was this Angela Bassett wasn't even popping when she did this role?
She was on the come up. She was just on the rise.
Because Love's Got to Do It is the breakout role for her, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's after this.
Yeah, because she did that. Then she was in Malcolm X. Then she did the Jackson movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She did.
Following her performance in Singleton's debut, she starred in Spike Lee's 1992 biographical film Malcolm X as Betty Shabazz, and then after that, she went on to do What's Love Got to Do with It.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Boyz N The Hood, her first role where she really got some. She was in FX before, and Kindergarten Cop is like some throwaway roles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember her in Kindergarten Cop.
She was a stewardess. That's how much she wasn't. That's what I'm saying. She was a throwaway role.
She was just in there.
Okay,
like, she was just in there for
throwaway role. Like her first role where she had speaking role and had some a person last name.
I'm like, I don't even remember her in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, so it's super. It's just funny those kind of those things like that. All right, let's get into our topic.
I love when people take the time out to look up crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
When that you just have gone down that rabbit hole.
You think about oh wow, how much was those homes then?
Just like the people who figured out what specific day was the day that Ice Cube had the good day.
Yeah.
Was it like January 20-something?
I don't remember. I don't remember the day, but I do know that someone did thorough research to figure it out.
Or the day the Wretched with Tempest Bledsoe on the concert, they figured out what day she went to go see the Wretched.
Mm-hmm.
Big fun.
I got the concert date. Yes, downstairs. I got on the shirt that I have. It has the concert.
Where'd she go to Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore.
Have big fun with the
now, mentioning that, was that the right city to really be putting this concert in? Was Baltimore for the Wretched?
Nah, Shay said it went to Jersey, Newark or something.
But they said they was outlawed in certain places.
They were outlawed, and Baltimore was the only place that would let them go.
So, which makes sense now. You know what? I scratched that. That's exactly why it makes sense. They was in Baltimore because that was the only city that looked to be it.
Yeah.
So the Wretched is kind of like NWA.
No, they were.
Was that? Oh, they was a rock group.
They were like a rock group because remember, the Cosby Kids didn't listen to a lot of black music unless it was like jazz stuff. There was a lot of rock and pop music around that time. I think by the time Cousin Pam came, that's when the rap started.
Yeah,
that's when it got a little hip.
So I think that's supposed to be Guns N' Roses '91. When they came to St. Louis and they tore up the Riverport Amphitheater. I think that's what the Wretched is supposed to be.
Yeah, because they was bad. They just had their first concert back here in 30 years.
Yeah.
Could be.
Axl
Anything in the
Rose.
retro, you know,
I could be.
on the lines with those. Yeah, that's the good day, man.
Hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music Podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it on the SOLC Network. You finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.